chickens, happy Friday to you. Angela here as always, and it's time for a little video. I hope everybody's well and you've been having fun creating journal projects this week. Well, it looks like we're definitely heading into autumn, and the leaves on my tree are definitely turning the rusty color, getting ready to drop. So yeah, let's get started. Now I've only got really one project left to do in this journal. It's the last center piece for the signature. It's the only thing we haven't really done, and then I will leave this and show it to you again when I've completed all the little bits and bobs that I want to add to it, like I normally do. So you'll have a final flip through. If you want to start this journal, I do have a full playlist, as you know. The link is in the description box below the video. To get to the description box, you'll see a little title below the video, and then it says more. Click on more if you're using your phone or your iPad or computer. Obviously you can't do that if you're watching it on TV. When you've clicked more, it'll give you a little bit of a blurb, and then you'll see more again. So click more again and a whole world of information will drop down, just in case you weren't aware, because I do get that question. Right, so this is the cover we did last time, so I've just got to put my closure on once I've sewn in everything. But in the signature here, we've got a centerpiece there, and this is what we're going to do today. So I'm just going to put this aside. Of course, this can work for any theme journal, so it doesn't have to be, don't feel you have to be limited by this particular project. I am going to take this page out. It's gingham on that side, and it's got the writing pages on the other side. So I'm going to just put that to the side, and we are going to get started. So what do you need to do that? Well, you need a page for your center page. That's the first thing. I've got a couple of pages here. I've used two of these. I think that one and this one, I think, which I've just covered. So I wanted to show you, these are my mini pages, part of my journal kit for the journal collection, in a digital printed format, as you know. All right, so I did back two of mine, and I've made them into large tags. So it's those two that I used, you can see. All right, I've just put that on. I think this was from my altered book pages or something like that, or mini pages. So you've got big journaling cards. So that's what I've done with that. All right. Then you're going to need a sheet of paper. We're going to make a pocket on the one side. This is just a single-sided printed lace page of mine. I think it was in my little lady's background pages as well. Then I've got the other lace page, but that's not really what I'm wanting. This page here, we're going to use this just happened to be on here, and I'm going to use it for the project that I want to put in here. I'm going to make really easy little envelopes with this. So we're going to make writing spaces with them, so it doesn't matter what's on the back. This is the bit that I'm using. If you don't have a printer or ability to print on the back, take one of the background pages, this one, and just stencil lightly on there with like antique linen or something. That'll work perfectly. All right, or nothing at all. That's also, it's not going to be a eyesore, so you don't have to worry. All right, so you want that. And then this is our background paper. So that's what you need as far as paper is concerned. And we're going to do two things with this shortly. I also used this background paper, which I didn't bring one to share with you, but I've effectively cut it in half and trimmed my edges down. I have stitched around these. This is also part of the background pages, just to fit here, because I'm going to use these to house as pockets. So I'm going to put those on there. So that's what we're going to do with that. All right, so that's all the paper side of things. On the ephemera side of things, I've been gathering what I have left. So I found one of these little ones from the doilies I was using before for the other centerpiece. So I've just taken that one as a piece of ephemera. I've got this piece of ephemera which I've housed onto background paper. This is the dark green. You have a blue one, and it's the green version of this. That's what it is. All right, so I had a scrap of that, so I've just put that on there and sewn that around. So that piece of ephemera, going to use that on the front of something. I've got one of these little ladies. I've just put eyelets in with some ribbons. I've got a postcard and envelope, which I haven't stuck down, but I'll get to that shortly. Okay, so that's what we're doing as far as ephemera is concerned, and I showed you the bigger journal cards as well. And then just other little bits and pieces. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these flowers, but I've put 3 of them here with some of the buttons ready in case. We are definitely going to use these circles. They come from the add-on kit. One of the sentiments, piece of lace, and 2 pieces of ribbon. So, all right, so that's everything that you're going to need to make this. Right, so what I want to do first of all is, I'll just explain. I've cut this about 1/4 inch, more roughly, shorter than this page, so the fold line is there, so you can see what I've done there. And this one I've just matched to this one. Now we're not going to stick them down right completely. We're going to stick them down so that we've got pockets at the top here. All right, so we can start with that really. So I'm going to just use my Fairly Art glue here. This is the top. I've got writing on there, so I'm just making sure I have got it the right way up. Right, so I'm going to just put a decent amount of glue down the sides here and get that ready to house these little, well, large tags that I made with those mini pages. So yeah, thought I'd make use of the space for writing space, because we can never have enough of that, can we? Or, you know, even photographs, you can house photographs on the back of large tags. They also work really well. Okay, now it's easy because I've got these blocks and I'm just sort of gauging it here. So I think that's about right. If you don't have a grid or something to help you, just use your pencil just to mark where you need to place the paper. Right, so we've got an opening there now. We've got a pocket behind there, and that's going to be where those large tags go. And then this one, also keep that up the right way. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So there we go. I hope everybody's well, as I said, and the weather's treating you well. As I said, it's definitely changing, and the days are getting shorter and the nights are getting longer, and the temperatures are starting to fall. So we are definitely heading towards the colder months, that's for sure, which is great because it means more crafting time, doesn't it? And I like that, and hot chocolates and things like that. Right, let's just put that up there. Trying to line them up with each other, but you know, we try our best. So yeah, again, that part is open, so we now have space for those 2 large tags there and there when this is dry. So we've got that in place, all good to go. Right, now what I want to do on this side is I'm going to take this piece of paper. So this is the slightly light green one. And what I want to do is, starting with this side, I'm going to trim off from this side. You can trim off whichever side. You can keep that bit if you fancy. Yeah, let's keep that bit. Okay, so I'm going to go with about half an inch, about 1/4 inch. What I want to remember is I have this envelope that I want to put in behind, so I want to make sure that I've got enough space either side here. So I'm going to make it up until this point. All right, so for me that's probably about 7.5 inches, but it'll be different depending. Yeah, it's about just short of 7.5. I'm going to just cut that strip straight off. All right, that's what I'm going to do. Just take my ruler, line it up on my board. Love this board just for this, the lining up, it's really helpful. And then I'm going to just cut that off if I can find my trimmer. Right, keep that, you never know, I might use it for page edge strips or something. Okay, so this now should be the right width. Yes, okay, so I wanted to see some of that behind there because I quite like those background bits. Now what I want to do is, and I did make a little mock-up here, but this one is slightly too wide here, so I want to make it slightly narrower. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to open it up and give you some measurements. I'm going to fold over 3/4 of an inch from this side. All right, so let's do that. And yeah, I'm going to use the bone folder, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to do a little bit there. If you've got a US sheet of paper, do it slightly towards the 1/4 inch side rather than the other. All right, so we've got that there. Then I want to take it slightly narrower, I thought. So I'm going to just fold over 3 inches here. So I'm just making a little mark, 3 inches from that edge. Okay. Gotta love a bone folder, one of the most useful tools that you'll ever buy, and really reasonable. Now with this, I'm just going to take this first flap that we did. I want to just stick that down like that. And drop that over there like this. I think it's slightly narrower than the one I had before. No, it's about the same. That's okay. Right. Then on this side, I think what I'll do is I'll move that away now. I've got that bit ready and that bit ready. What I want to do now is I want to fold this, and I'm mindful of this edge here. So this is not really a measurement, it's more a look. I want to just get that a little bit further down, and I think that's it. I think from this edge you want 1 inch really. Okay, and then I'm going to just run my fingers down it like that. Okay, so the finished bit here is just short of 4.5 inches. Right, so I'm going to stick this one down. You've seen me do this in many different journals, and I'll always use it in every journal, but in a different way. So yeah, I'm going to just line that up there and stick that down. Yeah, and then we've got this bit over there, and when I look at it, that's perfect. Now we've got a double pocket here, so I'm going to put some glue on the side here. Don't get it on your paper below, and some over here. There we go. And yeah, so it was 1/4 inch, then 3 inches, and then get it 1 inch away from the edge there when you place it down. In centimeters, that is 1/4 inch is about 3/4 centimeter. That's followed by 7.5, and then again 2.5 from the edge there. Okay, so we've got our double pocket here. We want it that way, really. I've got my flowers at the top, but that's okay. I'm going to end up sticking it, but we'll do some things to it before I get to that point. All right, so we will end up having a pocket there and a pocket there, and we've got a pocket there. All right, but there's some things I want to do to this first. I'm going to start with this piece of ribbon, and I want to get that on here like that. Now, you know, this, I really wanted this the other way. I think I'm going to turn it that way, and I'm going to put it on the other side. That's what I'm going to do. I think it looks better, and it'll bug me if I don't. Right, so I'm going to get this piece of ribbon here. Oh, let's distress ink that first. So I'm just going to take my distress ink. Now you can, I used to like to stitch around this, but I'm not going to, and it was just really for decorative reasons, nothing else. It's glued and it's not going to move, so quite happy with that. So we'll just get some ink on there. Right, so we're going to go with it this way. I'm going to take my Fabri-Tac. We'll put the Bailey Arts over there, and I want to get this pretty much in the middle. So again, just using my board here to get that sort of middle. Right, and then this ribbon, as I said, want to get it sort of central, as central as you can, and then just run your fingers up there. Turn that over, and I'm going to run it round only because it gives me a nice finish. You want to get those stuck down well, because remember that'll be a back the other side of a pocket. All right, so we've got that there. Right, then that little bit that I stitched around, this little bit, I'm going to stick that just over there like that. And I've got my little quote, just let them be little. Now this is where I'm not sure if I want to put a flower on. Do I? But then I'm covering up all my ribbons, so I'm not going to put it on. I'll put it on somewhere else. Okay, so let's get that on. So we'll start with this, I think. Now you don't have to stitch around it. I just did. Right, so that piece has come along nicely, and it's ready to go over here. Again, when you glue this down now, try and keep it as close to that edge as possible. And let's just take our pencil so that we know how straight we want it. You know, I like to do this. Just helps me. Right, so this is the side we don't want the glue on. Just turn that over, hold your hand there, and then just put your glue down the edge there. Turn that over, go to your line, so we start there and there, and then there's no worrying about whether it's straight or not. So there we go, and you've pasted and moved it exactly where you need it, and it looks pretty straight to me. Yeah, right, and that'll dry nicely. Okay, first side almost done. Right, on this side over here, we are going to put some ribbon on as well. So I'm going to run this ribbon, and I should have stuck it. I'm going to have to trim this one off, which is not what I really like to do, but that's all right. It's got a bit of a serrated edge, so it's okay. Right, we've got that bit there. I'm going to stick that on as well. That's going to be great. And over there. Okay, so we've got that one done. That's good. All right, I have now just moved that aside. I've taken this background paper and I have measured 4.5 inches across and 4.5 there. So 4.5 inches is 11.5 centimeters. All right, and I've just cut strips from the width of the page. All right, so it is the width of the page plus 4.5. And what I want you to do then is just take one of these pieces and find yourself the middle, all right, length of the length there, like that. Okay, and then I want you to hold that little bit there, and I want you to fold that bit in. Now when you fold it in, try and get it at as straight as possible. Yeah, I'll press it down once I've done the other side, and again here, go to that fold line, match these two up, and when you've matched them, press them down, and then use your bone folder, so you're making like a point. Yeah, like that. Do that for both, so we'll do it with this one again. Right, 1 and 2. Okay, so you've got a point there, and the same here. Now, very easy. What I want you to do is, I just want you to take the bottom, and I want you to meet up almost to the top. Right, so just like a 1/16 of a gap, and fold it in half. All right, Same with this one. Just once, almost at the top, 1/16, and press that down. Okay, now you're going to take this here. I'm just going to use my ruler. I find it easier to score it first a little bit. Yeah, and then you want to just get that over and press it with your bone folder. And the same here. Right, so you've got yourself 2 little envelopes now, and we can just give that a little bit of distress ink, as dark or as light as you want it. So we've got 2 little envelopes. I'll show you. We don't need to do the back. I'm going to stick them down. Right, there, there, on the edges like that, and on the top. Right, good to go. Right, so what we have here is you've got your little envelope, but it's really a faux envelope. We're going to stick it down, and you're going to have space to write in it. This is the bit that if it's white, you can stencil on it or stick some other paper on it if you want. And that's going to close up, and we're going to put something on there to make it pretty and to keep it closed. All right, so I'm going to use the lace. I want to get the lace quite low. All right, so we want to just cut. I'll stick it down quickly. So let's just cut that off, and then I'll trim it once I've done that, and probably speed up the gluing so that you can see what I'm doing. And then over here like that. All right, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, and you can just see what I'm doing here. I'm going to just move that up for the minute. I want that sort of here. Yeah. All right, so we've got that there. I'm going to just trim off this extra lace. And now what I want to do is I want to stick down these little circles, and I'm going to stick them down a little bit over this lace, centralize it, so that just on that part here, so that I can tuck in the little flap. All right, so I'm hoping this works. I think I'm going to make it a little bit lower like that. So let's give it a try. Okay, so I'm going to try and get this central, and I'm going to get that sort of like that. Right, so I'm going to get it up to this point. So I'll get glue on the bottom half here like that. And then I haven't done this before, but you know, there's a first for every time. I've got to be brave, don't I? Especially when I'm showing all of you what to do. I've got to suck it up, you know, because who knows, this could be going totally wrong. We just don't know. Right, have I not got glue where I don't want it? Right, so I'm going to get that there. I'm sure it'll be fine, fingers crossed. In my head it's working out all right, but you know, in your head and what actually happens are completely 2 different things, aren't they? Right, so we're going to let that go like that, we're going to let that go like that, and in the meantime we're going to house it on this page. Oh my goodness gracious me. Right, so this one and this one, we're going to draw where we want them while they're drying and get it all sorted. Right, so I'm centralizing them here and pretty much here too. So I'm going to start with the bottom one, I think, and I'm going to place this one here. Right, and then this one. I suppose I could do this one a little higher, you know. Okay. We need the eraser. let's try that again. Right, so I'm going to, I've got that bit there, I've got that bit there, and I think that's sort of how I want it. Oops. So we're going to, got our little line here. I'm going to make a little line there. And with this one, before it decides to move, a little line there and a little line there. Right. Let's start with this one. Now, this one, I'm going to stick it right down. I'm not putting anything behind it. So I can put glue all over. You could put another little pocket behind these if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. Let's just hope this works. Right, go to your lines. There we go. One over there, one over there. And I feel confident it's in the right place, she says. Let's hope it is. Right, and then this one over there. And get that glue all around. This one's easiest for me to press today, so I'm just going with this one. Oh, my hands are killing me, guys. Right. Let's get that there. There we go. Right. There we go. Right. The moment of truth. Let's see if we can get this done. Right. Now, I'm going to just bend this a little bit and tuck it behind there. Oh, yes, it's working. Right. Just bend it a little bit. It's a bit stiff. I'm using 160 GSM paper. I'm scared. It's all right. Right, I feel like I'm talking to Abby now. Right, there we go. Good, that's looking good. Okay, it's all right. Let's take the envelope. You could make this a writing spot and write in there and not seal this up. It's up to you. But I am going to get it stuck down, so let's just do that quickly. Just scored on this on the fold lines, and there we have it. Okay, so there we go. I'm not going to, I haven't done anything to that, although I could have put a little bit of fabric or something on there. I was going to put these in one of these. I think it was this one. I'm not sure now. Let's put it in this one. No, it is this one. Right, so you want that in there. Okay. A little bit more. Right, and then we've got our little postcard with its ribbons. That's going to go in there. Yeah. And then we've got our little doily, just lying around, so it's going in here. I'm going to have it just peeking out. And then this little oney, I'm going to put that in there. All right, so there's that side. We've got that side. I've got these two, and then I'll see if I'm going to use those flowers. Now these two, as I said, we made this pocket at the top here, so this is going to go in there. Right, get my needle out, pin out there. We'll be looking for that. Right, you can press them further in. You've got your ribbons to pull them out by, so that's going to be absolutely fine. Yeah, so just get that a little bit more in there like that, and then when you want one, you just pull it out by the ribbon. That's what the ribbon's for. Okay, so it just looks like you've got these little ribbons housed at the top there. Now, the moment of truth, do I want to add any of these? I mean, I could actually add them on there. What do you guys think? Think. We could have one there, but then when you open it up, it's not going to be easy to open it up unless I put it below that point on the girl's head. Should we do that? We could do that. And then I had one spare over here, which I thought I might add over on this side, but it would need to be somewhere that it's not going to get in the way. So I think that's a good spot, a little bit over. Right, so maybe it's too much and I just put the one on. I don't know. It's cute, but I think it might be just too much, unless I take that one off and just leave those two. Shall I do that? Let's do that. All right. I'm going to stick these with a, not going that way, going that way. So let's just get some of this on to the middle part mostly, so that it's not going to lie completely flat. I'm going to tuck it underneath there. I don't want these petals to exceed beyond the fold line. Okay, and then the same with this one. Just going to get the glue in the middle, mostly around the middle, and I'm going to wipe it all off here. That'll do the trick, won't it? And then again, tuck it underneath, and then don't exceed the fold line at the top there. And I think that looks great, looks really pretty. So if I take this bottom one here, you just flip that open. It still looks pretty. You can fold it back, you can open it up. Yeah, you can write on there, and you've got your little closure over here. You can just tuck it in and make it a proper envelope if you wanted to. It's up to you. And there you have it. You've got all your little bits to write on here, another little envelope, 2 tags, and I think that looks really pretty for the middle. What do you guys think? All right, everyone, that's our Friday project. I hope you've had fun with it. I really like it. I haven't done something like this quite before, but I like how it's turned out. I really do. And those are just going to keep those flat there. Looks good to me. All right, everyone, have a fantastic weekend. Don't forget, if any of you were looking to get hold of the Little Ladies Ultimate Bundles, ribbon bundles, fabric bundles, or even the crinkle ribbon, anything like that, I still do have a few in my website shop, so go and pop over there. I have put in more Christmas ones as well, so the shop's looking nice and full. Go and have a look over there. I've got those embellishments as well, so yeah, lots to keep you amused. All right, I won't be having a video on Sunday, I'm afraid. I do need to pack all my Christmas orders because I want to get them out Monday and Tuesday next week. So please forgive me. I just can't have that in the middle of my weekend when I just really need to get to that commitment. But I will be back on Tuesday. I will have a video for you on our Christmas kits, what you need to gather, what I'm gathering to get ready for our Christmas project. We want to get that done in good time for Christmas, so that you can either gift it, have it for yourself, or get ready to use it for your December daily. All right, everyone, have a great weekend, as I said, and I'll see you Tuesday. Thank you all. Bye.